What's up, everybody? Been a while, but good to be back. Got knocked on my ass for about 3 weeks with what I was told was the flu, but I still am getting the antibody test. I'm still not quite sure I didn't have COVID, but in any event, good to be back. And as promised, I got a couple new kitchen toys for 2021. My first thing is a very simple but effective brining bucket. So what we're going to do, it's Thursday night as I say this, we're going to finish this on Friday. Going to do a simple brine for chicken. So unlike a marinade where you're flavoring the chicken, this is really to, it gives some flavor, but the main thing is to retain moisture and ensure when you cook it, especially if you're cooking white meat, it stays juicy. So I got about £1.5 pounds of chicken right here, and I got about 1 liter of water coming to a simmer. So this is like a mix of hot and cold water, because what you don't want to do is like poach the chicken. So you want to make sure the water isn't too hot. So for this, pretty simple. I got some kosher salt. I'm going to use about a ½ cup of this. Also going to use a ½ cup of granulated sugar. And a little bit later, I got some whole peppercorns, not ground, but whole, and a couple bay leaves. So I got the water coming to a simmer. So all I'm going to do, this is a new one, is get the salt and the sugar dissolved, let it cool down again. Then I'm going to do a mix of the hot water with the salt and the sugar, and then some cold water and the peppercorns and the bay leaves, and that's it. So just going to start with a ½ cup of this, and then a ½ cup of the sugar, and we'll just stir it up to make sure it gets dissolved all nice and good. So again, very simple, but this is a good way to give your chicken a little bit of flavor and to make sure it doesn't get dried out when you cook it. So I think tomorrow I'm going to cook it in the skillet. As I've done a couple times, just going to sear it and then finish it off in the oven. And then for something a little bit different, I'm going to do like an herb butter to kind of finish it off. So I'm just going to give that a minute to dissolve, and then we'll finish this off. This is pretty quick, and I'm going to do it overnight. You should let this brine anywhere from 12 to 24 hours. So stay tuned. We'll be back. Alright, so we're back. While I was away, I added the 3 liters of cold water to this bucket, and I let the hot water with the salt and the sugar come to a simmer, but you want to let that cool down for a couple minutes before you add it in, because again, if it's too hot, you'll poach the chicken, and that's not what we're looking for. We're brining it. So, gonna start adding the chicken in here. Got 2 breasts, 2 thighs, and what is this? Looks like a drumstick in here. So I got that. Next I'm gonna add the salted and sugared water. And you just want to make sure you have enough so that the chicken is completely submerged, which we got here. So then no set amount, but gonna do a handful of peppercorns, maybe a little bit more. I like to go heavier on the pepper, like that. And then I'm gonna do or four of these bay leaves. And just make sure that the, just give this a stir. Again, you have enough water so this thing is completely covered. Just put the lid on it, and we're going to put it in the fridge overnight. So it's just about 7:15 Thursday night as I say this, but I'm going to do a little lunch tomorrow. So that's the simple brine. Should be fine. Just make sure it's sealed tight. And we'll be back tomorrow to cook it. See you soon. Alright everybody, welcome back. So it's Friday afternoon, so we're going to finish this chicken off. And I'm going to do it, you know, the main thing is the brine, and then you can cook it however you want. So I'm going to cook it in the skillet. First I'm going to sear it for about 5 minutes each side, and then I got my oven at 375. Just another 10 minutes and then you're done. So skillet somewhere between a medium and a medium high. The oven somewhere between 350 and 375. And the other thing I'm going to do is make this herb infused butter. So I got a little pan here at about a medium, slightly less than a medium. So this is about 3 tablespoons of butter. I'm just going to start to get that melted. And then throw a couple of herbs in. So there's a lot of flavor in the brine, so this is pretty light on seasoning. So just got parsley, thyme, a little roasted garlic powder, and rosemary. So I'm going to let that butter get melted, then I'm going to add the herbs. So while that melts, we're going to take this chicken out. So anywhere from 12 to 24 hours, this will be good. So you could do 2 things. You could rinse this off and then pat it dry, or you could just pat it dry. I like the stronger flavor, so I just pat it dry, and either one works. So you just want to get in here, and this is one of the breasts. You know, just pat that dry, and you're going to do that for each piece before you put it in the skillet. So we got the breast, thighs, and we got 1 drumstick in here. So yeah, just pat it dry, and in the meantime the butter will melt and everything will be ready to go. So stay tuned, we'll be back. Alright, so all the chicken's been patted dry, and got this butter melted, so we're just going to drizzle that on the chicken a little bit during the sear, and then save some, and last minute or so in the oven you can throw it on there. So as we do with chicken, always start your first 5 minutes skin side down, and 5 minutes aside, and then another 10 minutes in the oven, and we'll be good. We'll be back. Alright, so we're all done. So we got our chicken. You can see it got browned pretty well with the that garlic butter. So pretty simple cooking method, but the brine that we did last night will really keep the juices in and enhance that flavor. So just one extra step, but I think it goes a long way. So give it a shot. Have a good weekend. Be good. See you next time. Peace.